Good afternoon and welcome to the 2020 InnoVision Awards. I'm Jamarcus Gaston. I'm going to be your host for this afternoon. So of course we're doing this a little bit differently. We're excited to celebrate our honorees, our finalists in this award ceremony. We're usually in a big ballroom with lots of delicious food and handshakes and hugs to celebrate the InnoVision finalists. But this year with COVID 2020, it's been a bit differently. But the good and the silver lining about this whole thing is that we get to have so many folks coming in from all over the globe to celebrate our finalists. That's the benefit of Zoom and doing this virtually. But we want to say welcome and congratulations to all of you. We want to start this afternoon by congratulating and saying thank you to our headline sponsor, which is Contech. Contech, let's tell you a little bit about them. They're a leading manufacturer of contamination control products for critical cleaning and manufacturing environments worldwide. Their innovative wipes, mops, and solutions, you guys have heard some of these this year, are used in various industries, including pharmaceuticals, healthcare, and microelectronics across the globe. And the guy heading up that company is CEO and founder Jack McBride. Jack, we have the Masters Green on today. Jack is here with us today. Thank you so much for being the headline sponsor of InnoVision.
Thank you, Jamarcus. This is quite an honor for us. Innovation has been a cornerstone of how Contech has won in the 4 markets that we play in. And as a former Charles Towns honoree, it's a pleasure to be here and be with everybody.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And when Jack and I were talking about what we were going to wear for this whole thing, Jack actually has the Masters Green. I have more of a Kelly green, so probably an actual golfer over here.
Well, yeah, sort of a golfer, but you know, Jamarcus and I were talking, and I was saying, people who don't believe that innovation happens in South Carolina probably don't believe that the Masters could happen in the fall, but there you go.
There you go.
Innovation happens here in South Carolina, and the Masters happen in the fall, and
so we got the greens. We don't have any crazy shoes on. Jack had a second jacket that he wanted to bring out a little later on, but we're on a time crunch because we're doing it all virtually. So it's pretty great. And all the symbolism of driving South Carolina ahead with its innovative culture and all of that, it was played well for the Masters. And a South Carolinian winning the Masters this year.
Absolutely, yes. So, and trying to keep up with Jamarcus on wardrobe is like trying to keep up with Lady Gaga. So I'm glad we're in the same thing.
All right,
so.
I like it. Jack,
thanks, Jamarcus.
Thank you so much, and go do a wardrobe change and come back later.
Okay.
We danced together in the Nutcracker, not together because Jack is too tall. We learned that with the lighting kit just now. Thank you so much for Contech for being the headline sponsor of InnoVision. There you go.
Cheers.
I need to get that jacket in that color. The only other person that's probably been working as hard as Jack McBride is Amy Robichaux. She is the chair of the board of directors for InnoVision. Amy is one of the original founders of InnoVision since 1999. She served with the InnoVision team for most of the early years and has recently returned to the board after returning and retiring from managing director of Deloitte. She will tell us a little bit about InnoVision, their mission, and kind of how this afternoon will go. Amy.
Thank you, Jamarcus. Thank you, Jack. It's great to see you two on stage together, even though you don't have your dancing shoes on. Nutcracker 2021, perhaps? Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Directors of InnoVision, I want to welcome you to our award celebration this afternoon. We launched our annual award competition in 1999 and have continued celebrating innovation across the state since then. The mission of InnoVision is to highlight, promote, and foster innovation. This afternoon celebration is the culmination of a month-long showcase of the 2020 finalists through the Meet the Finalist webcast series that was sponsored by the South Carolina Research Authority. Thank you, SCRA. And by the way, recordings of those webcasts can be found at innovisionawards.org. I also want to personally thank Jack and the Contech team, not just for sponsoring this event, but also for helping us develop and launch the InnoVision Forum webcast series that featured the impressive pivots of Contech and other 2019 finalists during this pandemic. We are very excited to showcase InnoVision finalists and recognize the winners again this year. It's been a challenging year for everyone, yet innovation is thriving in South Carolina, and we have much to celebrate this afternoon. Jamarcus, back to you.
Thanks so much, Amy. I had to do a little wardrobe change because we're going to be giving out so many great trophies. I had to look like a trophy. Don't worry, guys. You don't get me. You get an actual something that you want to take home. Of course, this year, I don't need to tell you about the problems with the pandemic and how much depressing news there has been about that. But despite all of the social, economic impacts of COVID-19, South Carolinians, I should say, have been innovating and doing all types of projects to make sure that South Carolina is on the cutting edge of fighting this thing and innovative responses. So the innovation team decided that we needed to have a category that addressed that, and we came up with something, the COVID-19 Response Award. We've had so many nominations and entries into this category, we had to break it up into 3 COVID response subcategories, and they are technology deployment, technology research, and community service, and showcased all of the finalists in an hour-long Meet the Finalists event in October. We have a very special member of the innovation community to introduce this new award and the finalists today. Dr. Larry Gluck received InnoVision Dr. Charlestown's Individual Achievement Award in 2014. He is the medical director of Prisma Health's Cancer Institute and holds dual academic appointments at Prisma University Medical Center and the University of South Carolina School of Medicine. Dr. Gluck, thank you so much for joining us and for honoring these programs that have been helping so much in the fight against the pandemic.
Thank you, Jamarcus. I am delighted to be here and happy to help showcase these innovators. First, we will recognize the finalists in the technology research area. This award recognizes research that is currently underway and focused on a COVID-related concern. We have 4 finalists. Our first finalist is the Clemson Autonomous Systems team, which is affiliated with Clemson University's Mechanical Engineering Department. The team you see on the slide, to include Clemson students Alex, Duncan, Jonathan, Connor, and Brandon, and faculty mentor Professor Hahn, designed an autonomous system for last-mile package delivery. They successfully demonstrated how a deep neural network combined with novel navigation algorithms can help robot agents navigate through challenging delivery environments. The solution reduces human-to-human interaction and strengthens supply chain logistics for last-mile delivery. Our second finalist team is from Clemson University's Bioengineering Department. They are representing the negative pressure chamber project called COVER. The team includes 2 students, Amanda and Robert, along with their faculty advisor, Professor Desjardins. At the onset of the pandemic, Prisma Health approached Clemson's bioengineering department with a need for small, portable, inexpensive, and easily made negative flow chamber for use when treating COVID-19 patients. The team designed a new type of portable isolation device using materials from an average hardware store that provides an additional barrier between those infected with COVID-19 and clinicians. They have since developed dozens of prototypes. The third finalist team in this category is the COVID microbead screening project from Clemson's chemistry department. You will see the team on the slide, and it consists of Clemson students, including Alicia, USC students, including Yunaza, and Clemson professor Anchor. The team is developing a rapid, inexpensive, sensitive, on-site COVID-19 screening test that measures viral levels in a patient's saliva using microbeads to specifically detect viral protein. Our fourth finalist in the technology research category is the COVID biomarker detection test. This is a project in Clemson's bioengineering department, and the 8 team members shown on the slide include students Habib and Isabella. The team's inexpensive urine-based detection test for COVID-19 used a lateral flow assay to capture specific biomarkers that, when elevated, indicate viral infection.
Dr. Gluck, and thank you and congratulations to all of the finalists. So the InnoVision Award 2020 COVID-19 Response Category Technology Research Award goes to Cover Negative Pressure Chamber Project. Congratulations to you guys. I think we have some of those folks with us, and would you guys like to say something to it?
My name is Robert Falconer, and I work with Amanda Lamatti on this project. So we work together in a creative inquiry course focused on low resource settings and global health. So this project was approached to us through that course by clinicians at Prisma Health, who at the beginning of COVID told us there was a need to protect their clinical staff from patients who may have COVID. So as material shortages were going on in the United States, it became difficult for them to get the necessary equipment they needed. So they came to us seeking a solution to that problem. So what we created was a negative pressure chamber that isolates patients from clinicians and the clinical environment and protects them from potentially contracting COVID. So this was an important device for them because it enabled them to have the protection they needed when dealing with patients with COVID.
And so we ended up having to find everything from a normal hardware store, which meant we didn't have access to our testing materials, we didn't have access to lab space. I was building it in my front yard, he was building it in his basement, so it was kind of difficult just to make sure that we had all of the materials we needed, and it was somewhat difficult to collaborate because we couldn't be there in person, trying to see like what worked best, what didn't, and so that was really the most difficult challenge we had initially, but that was overcome whenever we both came back to Clemson during the summer. And also it ended up not being much of an issue because we had FaceTime, we had Zoom, so we had a lot of methods of communication between us.
So we're able to build the entire cover device for under $250, and most of the parts of the device can be reused. So the only things that need to be replaced are the clear covering and the physical barrier on the filter. So this means that for each usage, it costs less than $15.
Congratulations again to Cover, and I think we have some fine folks from the group with us via Zoom to talk about it. How excited are you guys about this award? I got so excited for you in the intro.
We're really excited, and thank you so much to everyone for having us here today. We'd like to specifically thank the Clemson Bioengineering Department. So this includes our professor, Dr. Desjardins, who's on the call, as well as our other mentors, Dr. Dean and Dr. Harmon. Along with the bioengineering department, we'd also like to thank Noah Ashley, who I'm not sure if he's here today, but he also had a very big part in making the cover with us.
We'd also like to thank all the help we've had from Prisma Health. So that's Doctors Michelle, Roth, Joffrey, and Dr. Call, as well as everyone else who was there that helped us. And just once again, thank you to InnoVision for allowing us to participate in this award.
Congratulations again. Our next award is in the category of technology deployment. These teams have completed design focused on COVID-19. Dr. Gluck is going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Our next COVID-19 response award is for technology deployment. These teams have completed design focus on a COVID-19 response, and they have begun the commercialization process. We have 3 finalists in this area. Our first finalist is Blue Eye Soft, led by Shirkoff. Blue Eye Soft uses proprietary artificial intelligence algorithms to assist radiologists and other healthcare professionals in significantly faster and more accurate detection and diagnosis of conditions and diseases, including COVID-19. Our second finalist is Huwaki LLC, represented here today by Randy and Sarah. Huwaki quickly developed an innovative one-piece injection molding design for a COVID-19 swab to help close the gap in U.S. and global COVID-19 testing supplies. Its swab meets industry standards and can be produced at a rate of several million units per month. It is soft and pliable, providing some comfort during an uncomfortable procedure. Our third technology deployment finalist is Lancar Health Technologies, a recent spinoff from the bioengineering department at Clemson. The team developed a new COVID treatment method that involves putting radiosensitizer particles in patients' lungs, then using antiviral peptides to attach the particles to the viruses. A small, safe dose of X-ray radiation is then used to deactivate the viruses.
And the 2020 InnoVision Award for COVID-19 Response Award in Technology Deployment is Blue Eye Soft.
Hi, I'm Srikanth Kodeboina, founder and CEO of Blue Eye Soft. We are an advanced data analytics company specializing in artificial intelligence. So Blue Doc AI is our proprietary product. So this is an AI medical imaging related system which actually detects the presence of COVID using X-rays. So we believe during the pandemic session, it was hard to identify a scalable product that could be used across the globe. So we used medical imaging and artificial intelligence to identify the presence of COVID-19. We believe that technology is the only way to quickly reach out to the population across the globe and support them out there. Getting the data, we worked with over 16 countries across the globe from the day on March. It was rapid, but getting access to data was the biggest challenge. Having patients verified data, FDA actually needs a data that is verified. So hospitals were clumped out, but we were able to solve that problem by approaching various countries like Canada, Spain, Brazil, India, and got that data. So we were, even on the pandemic, we just used our mobile technologies to reach out to all these countries and get that data. Technically, getting data within US is really, really hard. Even still today, we struggle with that. We are currently doing a pilot and a reader study as requested by FDA. This is a novel product. We don't have a predicative device. So we are currently, as per the instructions of FDA, we are working with Medical University of South Carolina to submit a reader study to showcase the superiority of our product compared to the existing healthcare systems. One of our things is that building AI medical imaging. So our focus was to create a CADX and triaging system. So we are focused on 7 different diseases. It's not just the COVID, pneumonia, pneumothorax, lung cancer, anything related to the respiratory. So with one X-ray, we are able to predict over 7 different diseases and their disease progression.
Congratulations again to Blue Eye South. And I think we have Shrikant with us via Zoom. Shrikant, any words you want to say of congratulations?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, InnoVision team. It's absolutely a pleasure. We called South Carolina as a home 3 years ago. Definitely InnoVision actually helped us connect with all of the innovators over here. Thank you so much for SBDC, SCRA, and other various state entities that supported us so much over here. Thank you again.
And thank you to Shrikant. And I think Dr. Gluck has one more award he would like to tell us about.
Our final COVID response award category is community service. These are the organizations that mustered their creative energy to help out in the community. We have 3 finalists. Our first finalist in this category is Save Maps, which stands for Save Mom and Pop Shops. Sudarshan and Jack, both students at Clemson University, wanted to help small businesses that were hurt by the COVID crisis. They created an e-gift card marketplace that supported 1,280 businesses in 93 cities across 48 states, distributing $65,000 in gift cards. Our second finalist is United Way of Piedmont, represented by Paige and Heather. In quick response to COVID-19, United Way of the Piedmont shifted its focus immediately to launch its first ever United for All Fund for emergency and disaster relief. Within just a few months, they directly assisted 438 households in their tri-county footprint, totaling $339,000, and distributed nearly $100,000 to local organizations. And our last finalist in the community service COVID response category is the Watt Family Innovation Center at Clemson University, represented by Susan, Claire, and Mark. The Watt Family Innovation Center was designed to provide a student collaborative design environment using state-of-the-art technologies such as touchscreen video walls and much more. The facility and its technology were put to the test this year when the Watt Center became the primary command post for Clemson University operations for COVID-19 pandemic response.
Thank you, Dr. Gluck. And the 2020 InnoVision COVID Response Award in Community Service is presented to the United Way of the Piedmont.
United Way of the Piedmont serves Spartanburg, Cherokee, and Union counties in the upstate of South Carolina. Our mission is to connect, engage, and inspire people to transform our community. And we believe that every human deserves the opportunity to thrive. So United Way of the Piedmont's COVID response in our 3-county footprint included the creation of the United for All Fund. The United for All Fund was created in response to COVID-19 to help members of our 3 communities do things like pay their rent, mortgage, and utilities. A lot of families were out of work, still are out of work. So we were able to provide that assistance through our community resource coordinators, who are case managers in the community, providing counseling and coaching to individuals to help lift them out of poverty. Over the course of the past several months, we've raised $500,000 through connecting with our statewide network of 211, where people can call for resource and referral. We provided assistance to over 500 families and have paid out over $400,000 in bills like rent, mortgage, and utilities. We also immediately responded to the community need by pulling together networks of nonprofit partners to help identify what their challenges and obstacles were, and then working collectively to come up with local community solutions. Our ability to be flexible and responsive to the community was definitely needed during those early months.
Again, congratulations to the United Way of the Piedmont. I think we have Heather Witt joining us via Zoom. I heard you guys cheering all the way over here, so I know you're excited.
We are so excited. I think we definitely want to thank the sponsors and the InnoVision Awards. I want to thank my entire team, who you may not be able to see them because we're socially distanced, but we are here. I want to thank our board leadership, for pivoting with us and taking some big risks, but we needed to during this time. So the need continues, and I would say that we need to continue to support all of our neighbors. A big part of stopping the spread of COVID is keeping people housed. And that's what we're working towards doing, and creating a financially stable community for everyone in our community. So thank you. We're very excited.
The Piedmont, congratulations to it. You guys post a picture of that celebration on our Facebook page. You can find InnoVision by searching it. We'd love to see how you guys are celebrating, even in this virtual setting. Congratulations to all of the finalists in the COVID-19 response category. Congratulations to you all. Our next award is the Ibrahim Janajare Young Innovator Award. Presenting this award is Dave Admonson of the Michelin North America. Dave is the Technical Manager of Connected Mobility within Michelin Solutions and Services business line. He will describe the Ibrahim Janajare Award and its connection to Michelin. He will also present that award.
It's a real pleasure for me today to present this award. The Young Innovators Program is named in honor of the late Ibrahim Janajare, who is a dedicated scientist at Michelin America's Research and Development Corporation. He was also a member of the InnoVision board. This award was established in 2005 to honor him and to recognize successful South Carolina programs that engage, that encourage, and acknowledge young people in the areas of science and technology, math, and innovation. You may have noticed a theme among many of the COVID-19 response finalists. Many are students at Clemson University and the University of South Carolina. These students were part of a program led by Dr. Delphine Dean at Clemson University called the Clemson COVID Challenge. Last spring, when study abroad programs, internships, and laboratory research programs were all being canceled, Dr. Dean wanted a way to build a unique experience for students. She recruited other faculty to join her and launched the Clemson COVID Challenge in May. Faculty and graduate students served as mentors to undergraduate student teams. The students pitched their ideas and had a month to build plans and prototypes. It was an amazing success. The COVID Challenge involved more than 400 undergraduate students working within 86 teams mentored by over 125 faculty, staff, and graduate students. The teams represented a wide range of academic disciplines and institutions, including Clemson University, University of South Carolina, College of Charleston, Furman University, the Medical University of South Carolina, MUSC, Prisma Health, Winthrop University, and Wofford University. Their projects covered topics in communication, education, healthcare, technology, policy, economy, logistics, society, community. Some 80 volunteers from universities and industry partners judged the video pitch submissions, and the top 8 teams presented their videos and answered questions during a virtual awards forum. It is with great pleasure that we recognize Dr. Dean and the COVID Challenge Program with the Ibrahim Janajure Young Inventors Award. Now let's watch it.
The Clemson COVID Challenge, which then became the Clemson University of South Carolina COVID Challenge, was really started because I saw a need for students to have kind of research and design and innovation opportunities, because a lot of their summer programs had all gotten canceled, and we had all this untapped potential for these bright young minds to work on problems related to the pandemic. And so started out at a small idea. I was hoping to get maybe 60 students working on it. And very quickly we got over, I think in the first week, we got over 300 people signing up. And then University of South Carolina joined, and we had students from across the state actually all work together with mentors to address everything from clinical challenges to societal economic problems that had to do with the pandemic. I think one of the exciting things was the students had about a month and a half really to work on their projects, come up with ideas, and then they submitted a short video pitch. And then we actually reached out to our networks of academics, clinicians, industry members from across the state to help review those pitches. And it was actually really difficult to narrow it down to the top 10 finalists. It's been really fun to see how they've developed since the end of the challenge. And I'm looking forward to actually continuing this so that next spring we'll do the same thing again. Maybe, hopefully not focused on COVID, maybe some new challenge to have the students work on.
Dr. Dean, congratulations again on the Young Innovator Award. You're joining us live. Congratulations. Any words you'd like to say?
Sure. I just want to thank everyone that was involved, all the students, and definitely all the faculty, grad students, mentors that helped. I also want to give a big thanks to the Clemson Creative Inquiry Program, the Clemson VPR, as well as Dr. Melissa Moss at University of South Carolina that got the University of South Carolina folks involved, and everybody else, the College of Engineering, Computing, and Applied Sciences, who helped fund the awards and some of the supply money for some of the teams to work on. I really like it, started out as a small idea, and it was great to see how it bloomed into this giant program. And it's been really nice on these finals to see how far all the teams have gone since the end of the challenge. So as I said, we're going to do this again next year, so hopefully everybody stay tuned. And if you want to help out some more teams, let me know.
Congratulations, Dr. Dean. You have to do it another year with that success, that's for sure. Continuing on with the awards, our next award is the Technology Development Award, sponsored by FLUOR Corporation. FLUOR is a global engineering, procurement, construction, and maintenance company. FLUOR works with clients in diverse industries around the world to design, construct, and maintain their capital projects. We want to thank everyone at FLUOR for sponsoring this award. Representing FLUOR this afternoon is Gary W. Flowers, the Group President for Global Services. Gary.
We are delighted to be a sponsor for the Technology Development Award. FLUOR is one of the largest engineering and construction companies in the world, and we compete against both foreign and domestic companies. Therefore, it is imperative to keep up with the latest technologies in order to remain competitive. To achieve that goal, we have to differentiate ourselves and position for the future by evolving through the co-development of tomorrow's technology today. FLUOR has deep roots in South Carolina, and we are proud to be a part of the InnoVision organization and this year's awards program. The Innovation Technology Development Award recognizes a company or organization for the development of a new or improved technology. The focus of this award is on the novelty of the technology and the challenge associated with developing it. The technology may be part of a new or existing product, process, or service that is intended for sale to customers or for use inside the organization. The finalists for the 2020 Technology Development Award are Aravis Biotech, Blink TBI, and Tektronix Industries Power Equipment. Congratulations to these finalists. Now let's watch profiles of their innovations. Thank you.
The 2020 InnoVision Award nominees for the category Technology Development. Blink TBI Incorporated.
Hi, my name is Jackie McKelvey. I'm Director of Digital Marketing and PR for Blink TBI. And here at Blink TBI, we have FDA cleared technology that provides fast, objective data about the blink reflex. And the eyes are truly the window into the brain. More specifically, the blink reflex has served as a viable means, a well-documented means of assessing neurological function for quite some time. So here at Blink, we've developed technology called iStat that is 4.5 pounds, and what it does is stimulate a patient's blink reflex using 5 puffs of air delivered towards the outer canthus of their eyes. We have high-speed videography that is capturing and recording the blink reflex, collecting about 12,000 objective data points of the blink. We also have a proprietary algorithm that is simultaneously assessing the blink reflex. All under about 2 minutes. The results are 10 physiological variables of the blink reflex. The results range from how long it took a patient to blink following the stimulus, which is the puff of air, how long the eyelid stayed shut for, any abnormal fluttering of the eyelid, etc. Our foundational research supports iStat's use in identifying abnormal blink patterns associated with traumatic brain injury. However, since then, we've identified multiple additional applications for the device, including detection and management of neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and ALS. Ultimately, as a company, we are wholeheartedly dedicated to improving the detection, the management, and the differentiation of neurological disease through rapid, non-invasive collection of objective data from the eyes.
TTI ZT480X.
TTI is the world leader in cordless lawn and garden equipment. We are the #1 cordless lawnmower brand in the United States. We are focused on bringing innovative solutions to customers to change the way they approach their lawn care. This zero-turn riding mower is the next step in a leading-edge, high-performance, no-emission solution for our customers.
Hi, I'm Todd Thrash. I'm part of the Industrial Design Department here at TTI. For the ZTR, we focus on making it innovative, intuitive, making it comfortable, and also fun for the user. The low-speed drive dampens the sensitivity of the user controls, which allows beginners to learn and also allows for more precision tasks like navigating flower beds or going in and out of your garage. Then the other innovative feature that we included is the low-speed cut, which tunes down the velocity of the blades, allowing for extended runtime and also diminished debris dispersal if all the power is not needed.
One thing I want to focus on today is the drive function of this electric riding lawnmowers. We want to make this product a fun machine to drive, so people who are not used to these zero-turn riding lawnmowers will have no problem starting to drive it and operate it in their yard and getting things done. We spend hours and hours fine-tuning the driving function and driving feel. I think people will love this product. It is magical.
One of my favorite parts of the development was actually the smile factor. We loved during the development of it, people would actually hop on and try it for the first time, and a lot of times it was their first time using a zero-turn mower, and they would always get on it and drive, and you would just see this grin go on their face, and we always thought that was funny, and they say, wow, it's so easy to use, wow, I can actually, I can go backwards, spin around, and that was a lot of fun to see.
Aravis Biotech LLC.
Hi, I'm Jeff Anker, CEO of Aravis Biotech, and we're a startup out of Clemson University developing smart orthopedic devices to provide confidence in fracture care. So 1 in 10 Americans will break their hips during their lifetime. And when that happens, it's a devastating injury, 20% mortality within a year, 50% if they have to come back for anything. And we want to avoid at all costs re-injury of the hip, because that will involve surgery, which is dangerous for these frail patients. And usually a common surgery is to use these dynamic hip screws, which pull the ball of the femur onto the femur. And it's important that for injuries that can be properly reduced, it is properly reduced. Otherwise, there'll be load on the implant, which will eventually cause it to fatigue and fail if it doesn't heal properly. So we want to know, is it put on properly initially, and is it healing at a sufficient rate? And that's important for the physicians, as well as for the patients to know how things are, as well as the physical therapists. So what we've done is decided to have something that would be extremely robust, reliable, and user-friendly. And we went old school, adding mechanical gauges. This piece fits into this 3D printed screw. I 3D printed it so it's easier to bend with my hand, and this is a little too long so you can see it. But it fits inside the screw, and if I bend this screw, you'll see the rod moves within the screw, and you can see that it at the end probably. You can see it with an X-ray very well. You can see its position within the screw. And we've tried this in a sheep, and you can see when the fracture is healed and when it hasn't. In general, this allows a physician to make sure their patients are healing at an adequate rate and intervene if necessary. And we also have other devices for orthopedic plates, spine implants with a subcontractor, Spine Frontier. And we also have chemical sensors that you read as dials to look at infection.
Congratulations to all of those finalists. And the 2020 InnoVision Award goes to Blink TBI. And I think we have Jackie McKelvey joining us via Zoom to offer some words of congratulations and thankfulness. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, I hope you can hear me. Thank you so much. We're, on behalf of the entire Blink TBI team, who are all in the office with me right now on the Zoom, we're so thrilled for the recognition, and we're honored to have been considered among all the other finalists as well. Back 3 years ago in 2017, when we licensed the device, the technology from the Medical University of South Carolina, we started off with a 100-pound prototype device, which was comprised of a clunky air compressor and a Windows computer sitting on top of a cart. And when it was time to scale it down to a commercial, practical handheld device, we were told that it was actually impossible. It wasn't impossible, clearly, and we made it happen. And now we are using the impossible in ways that can really, really help people, including patients and clinicians everywhere. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and we're so excited to continue the development of this technology.
Jackie, thank you so much. Congratulations to you and the team again. Our next award is the Technology Integration Award. This award is sponsored by Imedion. Imedion has been helping local South Carolina companies keep their data, systems, applications safe, secure, and always accessible since 2007. As a data center, cloud, and managed IT services provider, Imedion delivers the enterprise-level solutions of a national data center and cloud provider with the hands-on attention and agility of a local business. Thank you to Imedion for sponsoring the Technology Integration Award. Representing Imedion this afternoon is co-founder, president, and chief operating officer, Rob Moser.
We're happy to be a sponsor for the Technology Integration Award. 2020 has once again proven that the great state of South Carolina is full of innovation. As a data center and cloud provider with 4 locations throughout the state, Imedion is proud to see firsthand the impact these technology advancements and applications have in our communities. Imedion is proud to be a longtime sponsor of InnoVision and to present the Technology Integration Award. The InnoVision Technology Integration Award recognizes a company or organization for the innovative application of an existing technology. The focus of this award is on how an existing technology is applied to create new value. The technology may be applied to a product, process, or service that is intended for sale to customers or for use inside of the organization. The finalists for the 2020 Technology Integration Award are Agulus Inc., Clemson Composites Center, and Delta Bravo Artificial Intelligence. We at Imedion want to congratulate these finalists on their fine work. Now let's hear about their innovations.
The 2020 InnoVision Award nominees for the category Technology Integration. Agulus Incorporated.
I'm Glenn Watson, co-founder and president of Agulus. Agulus is a Greenville, South Carolina-based agricultural technology startup company. Agulus creates web-based software solutions for the American agricultural industry, including options for farmers, brokers, buyers, and transportation companies. 95% of America's 2 million farms are small, family-owned operations, and they're having a very difficult time competing against the top 5% that represent the largest farms in the nation. Large farms currently enjoy vast volumes of production, economies of scale, and access to technologies that small farms do not. We're focused on giving the 95% of American farms that are left out in the cold the same kind of advantages that the top 5% of farms enjoy. These are software solutions that allow farmers to sell their goods, find buyers, manage contracts, arrange for shipment, and track the return on investment. Agulus gives small farms the tools and capabilities to communicate, collaborate, plan, manage risk, and sell their crops. Agulus believes that when there's food on the plate of small farmers, there's food on your plate too. Everybody eats.
Clemson Composites Center.
We are the Clemson Composites Center, and our innovation is in creating the world's first thermoplastic composite stove. 4 years ago, the Department of Energy has selected Clemson University to lightweight the driver's side door, and we can select any kind of baseline door that we want. So we partnered with Honda to select to ultra lightweight their Honda MDX Acura. The original Acura weighs about 31.8 kilograms, the door. And then our target weight is about 18.5. That's a pretty critical challenge. And on the top of it, we have to meet the performance requirements. And also, we can go a little bit above because we asked to innovate new techniques, but we were given a check on that, which is basically for every pound of weight that we save, we cannot go over $5. So with these kind of things, with the performance requirements that we have to meet and all, we also actually added on an additional constraint. And what is that additional constraint? We said we would basically do a thermoplastic composites door. Why? Because if you take the composites map, thermoset's door is already commercialized by BMW. As a professor, I don't have any innovation if I'm recreating something that has already been done. Thermoplastic materials have never been attempted for structural applications, especially for doors. So that was the reason we selected that material, and we have integrated so many different concepts in this.
So the challenge of this integrated from manufacturing to a performance pathway is it does not only involve multiple stages of the manufacturing process, but also involves multi-physical phenomena, including physics, including mechanics, including heat transfer and material science. And fortunately, we will be able to combine everything together to form an integrated process so that we can understand how the manufacturing process will affect the microstructure of the component, the door component.
So with this philosophy, we went ahead and started redesigning the door, the steel door. Composites offer the flexibility for parts consolidation. And when we did that, we found out that from a structural material, from the structural component standpoint, we were able to consolidate up to 45% of the parts that were existing in the steel door. This is a major achievement, and the door that you see here, the structural frame is actually integrated into the inner panel, and you can see all the inner panel components are 3D printed, and they are integrated into the structural frame. So with this kind of technology, you can actually customize each and every interior panel for the customers.
Delta Bravo Artificial Intelligence.
Hey, my name is Rick Opedasano. I'm the CEO of Delta Bravo Artificial Intelligence in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Our company helps other companies get more value from their data faster. So Delta Bravo is South Carolina born and bred all the way. One of the things that we're extremely thankful for and proud of is our relationship with the South Carolina Research Authority, SCRA, as well as the South Carolina Manufacturing Extension Partnership. Both of those organizations were instrumental in building our relationship with Rolls-Royce. So our technology, the Delta Bravo platform, is used to help these companies take the mountains of data that they're producing, bring that data together, clean it up, join it, and turn it into something that they can use to drive financial value. So in the case of Rolls-Royce, we helped them take a bunch of data that they were using to test engines. And within that data set, we were able to find anomalies and patterns that would help us predict whether or not that engine was going to pass that test. Within that, we were able to identify specific parts and processes that were contributing to the failure of those engines. So by through doing that, we were able to create a predictive model that would help Rolls-Royce understand what they needed to do to reduce the amount of failures in their quality process, what were causing those failures, and how catching those failures ahead of time would save them millions of dollars. The challenge that these manufacturers are finding is that this concept of Industry 4.0, taking all this data, putting all of it together, it's harder than they thought. The data comes from different systems, it comes in different formats, different frequencies. So putting it all together presents a challenge which our technology helps solve. There were two really big wins with Rolls-Royce. The first is how quickly we were able to take their data and turn that data into a working model. We were able to get models into production within 45 days of signing the contract. Now, the second big victory was how we integrated with their operations team. So there's a lot of businesses out there, a lot of internal data science groups that can build machine learning models. The real challenge comes into turning those models into something that people can use every single day. And this is really where the integration with Story with Rolls-Royce shines. We were able to work with a piece of software that they use called iTest. They've been using iTest in their testing centers for years. We integrated our models within iTest, so when our model predicts an engine failure, it simply just shoots a script over to iTest, it pauses the test automatically, and the operator gets a pop-up in the software that they've been using forever that just simply reads, "Test has been paused, anomalies detected in these metrics, please replace this part and restart the test." So a very seamless experience for the end user and operator, but with a whole new capability that makes their life easier and saves them millions of dollars.
And the 2020 InnoVision Award goes to, feel free to do a drum roll at home. The award goes to Clemson Composite Center. Shrikant, we have you via Zoom. A few words on your award.
Oh, wow. That's surprising. Sorry, 1 second. Apologies, I'm actually at an NSF panel and I'm watching. So, thank you so much. This is really a big surprise for me. I would like to congratulate all the other finalists as well. And then I would like to thank the students who did the real work. I think the students are as part of this this meeting right now. Sai, Aditya, Pradeep, Anmol, Aditya, Yara, Sushil, Ali, Reza, Mathura. I don't know if I forgot anyone. And I would also like to thank my colleague, Dr. Kang Lee, who has championed the simulation part of it, and the Department of Energy for believing in us to create the world's first thermoplastic composite store, and Honda, who agreed to support us on this endeavor. So thank you. Thanks a lot.
Shrikant, congratulations to you and to your team. Our next award is the Small Enterprise Business Award, sponsored by Kim and Leahy Law Firm. The attorneys at Kim and Leahy Law Firm serve innovative businesses of all sizes and focus on legal strategies that empower businesses, protecting inventions, brand protections, copyrights, trade secrets, contracts, employers' rights, and buying and selling businesses. They thank you to Kim and Leahy Law Firm for your continued support of InnoVision and for sponsoring this award. Representing Kim and Leahy Law Firm this afternoon is Doug Kim.
We are happy to be a sponsor of the Small Enterprise Award. Kim and Leahy Law Firm selected this award category because small business, in our opinion, is the future of the economy and of innovation. By giving these companies more exposure, the innovations of these companies, we can get them out into the marketplace, which should be benefiting everybody. InnoVision Small Enterprise Award recognizes a small business for creative technology developments or innovative technology application. The technology innovation may be applied to a product, process, or service that is intended for sale to customers or for use inside of the organization. To be eligible for this award, the organization must employ fewer than 50 full-time employees or generate less than $20 million in revenue. The finalists for the 2020 Small Enterprise Award are Oversight, Stand Yourself Up, Verify Intelligent Identification. The Kim and Leahy Law Firm wants to congratulate these finalists on their achievements, and now let's look at their innovations.
The 2020 InnoVision Award nominees for the category Small Business. Verify Intelligent Identification.
So my name is Ben O'Hanlon. I'm co-founder of Verify. Verify is a software company that specializes in providing custom software solutions for manufacturing and logistics customers. We work with customers to improve processes, to improve efficiencies by automating systems and processes. When the pandemic hit, we worked with our customers to understand what their challenges were with COVID, and a lot of our customers were spending a lot of time and energy taking employees' temperatures as they were entering and exiting their facilities. So we worked with several third-party manufacturers to create a technology platform around the thermal camera screening process, and have been able to develop and now offer the industry's most accurate, most advanced temperature screening solution. So this is our temperature screening kiosk. It's completely touchless and automated. When we designed this kiosk, we wanted to make sure that we met the FDA guidelines for temperature screening. So there are two guidelines the FDA issued around temperature screening with thermographic cameras. One is that we scan people individually, so only one person at a time steps up to the kiosk. And two is that you used a fixed heat source or black body reference. This device here is the black body reference. It heats up to a temperature that the camera knows. It stabilizes at that temperature, and then when the camera screens a person, it also is looking at the black body reference, so the camera is able to calibrate itself each time it takes a scan. So the system is automated and touchless. It detects when I walk up in front of the camera, and the screening process begins. It takes a couple of seconds, tells me that I'm at 97 degrees right now, and to have a great day. We had a customer that told us after they installed our system that based on what they were paying employees to take temperatures of other employees coming in and out, they were able to achieve an ROI in about 2 weeks. which is tremendous as terms of cost savings and efficiency improvement, and also being able to take people out of harm's way. So when you're screening temperatures manually, you're subjecting a person to every other person coming in the facility, and you're violating safe social distance practices by having to get within 6 feet to manually take a temperature. And there wasn't much actionable data coming out of that process as well. Customers might be writing down temperatures manually and maybe transposing them to a spreadsheet later. So by capturing temperatures through our system, we're able to push the data to our cloud, create the alerts, create the notifications, so that HR, safety, environmental health officials can see the trends, can see the analysis, can see what's happening in their facility and react more quickly.
Stand Yourself Up, LLC.
I'm Albert Grantham.
And I'm Brittany Grantham.
And we are Stand Yourself Up, LLC. Buddy bars are a medical device, and they're a set of sturdy grip handlebars that can fix to a wheelchair and a commode. So we were in the field and we saw patients wheeling themselves to the sink, wheeling themselves to a doorknob, and they were pulling themselves up. And the cool thing about that is they're using bigger muscle groups. They're using their lats, they're using their biceps, and they're not just using their triceps to push up. So we were thinking there's got to be a way to attach this to a wheelchair or a commode to get them to stand easier. So I tore up an old walker that I had, I attached it to some tubing, had it welded together, tried it out, and it worked. It was amazing.
So Albert approached me one day to design this so it fits to many different wheelchairs and commodes. So we had one challenge to make it very flexible, to probably reach about 80 to 90% of the wheelchair market today. It had to fold away and stow away in a wheelchair, so it's easy to operate and easy to get around with in the household. But also one big challenge was we had to accommodate patients up to 300 pounds. And with this design, we accommodated all of that.
We've been testing the product for over a year now and improving it, and we've had nothing but great results. And we feel like now is the right time to launch the product.
We're grateful for InnoVision and their sponsors for giving us a platform to broadcast our Buddy Bar product, and we hope you like it. Thank you,
Thank you, InnoVision.
Oversight Incorporated for Home Care Link.
Hi, my name is J.B. Holman, and I own a small startup software company called Oversight. Our objective is to record the actions and observations of mobile workers. Now, of course, as we discussed, there are many different types of mobile workers. We started off with security guards, and we're doing that throughout the country right now. That's keeping us profitable. However, it's not going to be a bell ringer. We've looked at several other options, one of those being farm workers, and now we're looking at in-home caregivers. I believe that we offer a service that no other organization, nor other software company offers. And what we do, we record the actions and observations of in-home caregivers. And this is important because the caregivers themselves are hourly employees. They don't get paid a lot of money. Their performance varies significantly. They have little or no supervision, and they are the only ones with your loved one who may be someone at an elderly age that doesn't think quite as acutely as they did before, may have some degree of dementia. So this provides you as the son or daughter-in-law to be able to get reports directly in a timely manner as to what's happening with your loved one. And things can happen, a lot of things can happen with your loved one between hospital visits or doctor's visits or nurse's call. By having this timely, frequent information, you can use that to, first of all, improve the health, reduce the ER visits, and reduce the hospitalizations. And that's what we hope to do, is to be able to provide better health care for that person living at home and be able to reduce your medical cost. Now, another fact involved with all this is the best place for an elderly person to live is at home, as long as they have appropriate care. They don't become despondent, they are less depressed. It is better for them both mentally and physically to live at home, but it needs to have appropriate care, and we provide a means to monitor in-home caregivers.
Congratulations to all of the finalists in that category, and the 2020 InnoVision Award goes to Stand Yourself Up, LLC. I think we have Albert Grantham who's going to receive this award for Stand Up LLC.
Yes, sir. Wow, that's amazing. I can't believe it. I'm so honored. Wow. First of all, I'd like to thank InnoVision, the InnoVision team, for putting this awards together under such difficult circumstances, and to the review board for taking their volunteer time to provide professional input to these amazing innovations. I'm sorry my wife couldn't be here. She's out seeing patients right now. We just got off work a little bit ago. Also, a big thank you to all the sponsors, particularly the Kim and Leahy Law Firm, who sponsored the small business category. Your support is very much appreciated. And finally, congratulations and best of luck to our peers in this category. Verify for the incredible COVID response, temperature sensing technology, and oversight for building such an important platform for improving the quality of healthcare. Like I say, I'm in and out of patients' homes, so I completely understand how important that platform is. We would love to have been with all the finalists today and all the supporters, but we're so grateful to have such an amazing platform to present our product and highlight our team, people in the healthcare space, and the patients who are willing us to be successful. This award is very important to a small startup and the patients and users that will benefit from our company's success. This award gives us fuel and motivation and confidence that InnoVision and someone like you understands the value in this assistive device. Thank you again, InnoVision, and your kind support for our small business and others across South Carolina. Thank you.
Albert, thank you and congratulations again. Our next category focuses on sustainability. The sponsor for this award is Milliken & Company. Milliken is a global company with expertise in research, design, and manufacturing with an exceptional history in innovation in South Carolina. They offer a range of products for multiple markets, including floor covering, performance and protective textiles, specialty chemicals, healthcare, and operational excellence consulting for industrial manufacturers. Thank you to everyone at Milliken & Company for sponsoring this award. Joining us from Milliken is Deborah Clements, Chief Administrative Officer.
I'm Deborah Clements, Chief Administrative Officer at Milliken & Company, and we're thrilled to sponsor this year's Sustainability Award. At Milliken, we know the smallest details can have the biggest impact, and that's why sustainability is one of our core company values. We're proud to champion today's incredible nominees who are helping to create a more sustainable world. The InnoVision Sustainability Award recognizes an organization for technological innovation in environmental stewardship. The focus of this award is on the innovative development or application of technology to promote the protection of the Earth's natural resources, including renewable energy, renewable materials, reduced energy consumption, or reduced waste. The finalists for the 2020 Sustainability Award are Clemson University Foam Recycling, Sunoco Products Company, and T-Form Inc. Congratulations to all our finalists for your hard work and success. Now, let's see their videos.
The 2020 InnoVision Award nominees for the category Sustainability: Clemson University Foam Recycling.
We're the Clemson Composites Center, and our innovation is in creating 100% bio-based, sustainable, non-toxic, and recyclable polyurethane foam. My colleague, Dr. James Sternberg, will explain the technology in more detail.
Polyurethane foams are currently the 6th most produced plastic in the world today, and they're one of the least recycled plastics out there. So what we've done is been able to create polyurethane foam using 100% bio-based materials that is able to undergo chemical recycling. So instead of just melting the plastic down, which degrades the properties, we actually revert the foam back to its starting material and then resynthesize the foam to create new materials. These foams were certified to be 100% bio-based, where typical polyurethane foams are only about 30% bio-based. And we've completely substituted all of the toxic chemicals that normally go into polyurethane foams so that they have no carcinogenic or reproductive toxic activity.
Now that you heard about the technology development of this, think about what kind of impact if this particular technology becomes successful and commercialized. It will enable you into a polyurethane world where you can make foams or films or cushions or anything like that, which are inherently recyclable using conventional industrial scale recycling processes. that will definitely leave no leakage to the environment. And that's the philosophy and the goal and the mission that we have at the Clemson Composites Center, where we ensure there's not only the process is energy efficient, but also the materials and the methods and everything that we develop are sustainable and do not leak anything to the environment.
T-Form Incorporated.
Okay, so my name's Clark Mickle, and I'm the Director of Operations and Sustainability at T-Form. And our company, T-Form, is a custom manufacturer of packaging for the void fill, cold chain, and industrial markets. Bubble paper starts out as just natural unbleached craft paper, much like you would see and used for other types of packaging applications. And for that reason, it's both fully curbside recyclable and biodegradable. It can go directly into the paper waste stream, and with that it can also be diverted into compost. So the products, while they are designed to be single use, are fairly rigid and can be saved and reused if needed, especially in certain applications such as for e-grocery liners. So bubble paper, because of its unique forming process and geometric patterns, it has both excellent mechanical cushioning properties and thermal insulating properties. So it can be used both as a void fill, basically packaging as a void fill solution for filling up additional space in boxes and keeping items secure, but it can also be created into other value-added products such as e-grocery liners that help keep your products colder for a longer period of time. Like other products in the market have been in existence for a very long time, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and are very well-established brands with a consumer mindset. So for us, introducing a product as a direct alternative to something that's heavily ingrained, just in our day-to-day use, has been a challenge, but it's one that we believe we've created a economically viable direct alternative for.
Sunoco Products Company.
I'm Bob Verslis, Senior Professional Scientist at Sunoco here in Hartsville, South Carolina. The product is a molded fiber bowl designed for refrigerated and frozen entrees to be reheated in microwave or a standard conventional oven, dual ovenable. It is made from an upcycled agricultural fiber, sugarcane, also known as bagasse, as well as a special performance layer on the inside to provide product resistance and for the appropriate performance in the ovens. Single-use plastics have been seen as a problem across the globe, and by using upcycled agricultural fiber, which is alternatively recyclable or compostable, we can create a better environmental story for those type of products. So the molded fiber process has essentially been unchanged for 100 years. It's an old technology and really isn't been developed the way plastic processing is. So trying to catch up molded fiber technology in a couple years versus the 50 to 100 years that some of the plastic processes have was quite a challenge. So the bowls are made from bagasse, and bagasse is the agricultural byproduct of getting sugar out of sugarcane. It's essentially a mulch type product that has no other use at the scale that it's created. So that's a big advantage in both the story of sustainability as well as the cost structure. We're using material that no one else wants to create an alternative to plastics that also no one wants.
And the 2020 InnoVision Sustainability Award goes to T-Form Inc. I think we have Clark Mickle who's going to accept the award for T-Form.
Hi everyone, thank you so much. On behalf of the entire T-Form team, we're thrilled to be the recipient of this award and to know that others also share in the excitement of environmentally friendly materials shaping the future of the packaging industry. Bubble paper, it's evolved a lot since we first conceived the idea, going from a simple R&D project to then realizing the environmental benefits and the opportunities to be had from formed paper. And now with market entry and establishing our current product line. So we sincerely hope that through more hard work, determination, and support from organizations such as InnoVision, bubble paper is going to become a catalyst in reducing It's the environmental footprint of the packaging industry. And thank you again.
Clark, thank you. Our next award is in the education category. The award is sponsored by Tektronix Industries Power Equipment. Tektronix Industries is a world-class leader in design, manufacturing, and marketing of power tools and accessories, outdoor product equipment, and floor care for our consumers, professional and industrial users in the home improvement, repair, and construction industries. TTI maintains an unrelenting focus on powerful brands, innovative products, operational excellence, and exceptional people. Thank you to Tektronix Industries Power Equipment for sponsoring the Education Award. Representing Tektronix today is Tyler Rowe, Vice President, Electrical and Advanced Engineering at Tektronix Industries.
We at TTI are incredibly proud to be a sponsor for the 2020 Education Award. Our organization has been an active participant since the founding of the Innovation Awards program, and we've been an award sponsor for more than 20 years. We like to encourage, participate, and recognize innovation in South Carolina, and we want to do our part to help create an environment that attracts and retains future talent in this great state. InnoVision's Education Award recognizes innovation in education. The focus of this award is on the innovative application of technology in ways that improve education in South Carolina. The finalists for the 2020 Education Award are IT-ology, Spartanburg Community College, VR Mundi. From all of us at Tektronix Industries Power Equipment, we extend our congratulations to each of these finalists for their contributions in education in South Carolina. Now we will see a video about each finalist.
The 2020 InnoVision Award nominees for the category Education: Spartanburg Community College.
My name's Jay Moore. I'm a horticulture instructor here at Spartanburg Community College, and we are so happy to be nominated in the education category of the InnoVision competition for our Sustainable Ag, our Center for Sustainable Ag. And what makes this place special in my eyes is we do a really good job, in my opinion, of taking relative research-based material and twisting it and turning it and delivering it in a very usable and understandable form to the audience that we serve, our students. Some of the things that make it really unique is we don't forget about the past. We think about traditional ecological knowledge, old timers that have been farming in areas. It could even be natives that are, directly, their ancestors have been on that piece of property for years, if not hundreds, if not thousands of years. And they hold inherent knowledge about farming that piece of property, about the plants that work well. And so we talk about traditional ecological knowledge and sort of pulling that out of people that have that connectedness to the land. And we also talk about some of the techniques that they use, whether it be seed saving, looking at some of the old heirloom varieties, trying varieties of seed from other continents that have similar growing conditions to try to find things to diversify the product mix, because whether we realize it or not, we are a global community, and so we need to grow a global amount of food and a global variety of food. So always looking at things from Asia that we could possibly grow that you may have a new market for. And just some of the old technologies we've integrated into our hydroponics and aquaponics, hugelkultur, which comes from Austria and Germany. We've just brought all that in. Water harvesting. We've got the ability here to harvest 6,000 gallons of water at any given time that we can then repurpose how we so choose. And so if we start looking at climate change and droughts, then we have the ability to grab that rain when we get it, hold on to it, and utilize it to the best form that we can.
We've been able to successfully establish where everything that we're growing we donate, primarily to homeless shelters here in the city of Spartanburg is our primary source, but also we support our culinary program on this campus and some other entities that we have partnerships with the things that we grow.
IT-ology.
IT-ology is a small nonprofit in Columbia, South Carolina. We have 16 members, and our mission is to promote, teach, and grow the endless possibilities of technology. And we do that through teaching a diverse group of people from all age categories, from kindergarten through seniors, through professionals, all the way up to people close to retirement. We want to get more people into those important IT careers in South Carolina. Tech in a Box is literally a box with lots of technologies enclosed. The theme of our box was innovation and creation, and we had several technologies related to coding and circuitry. And so we put all the technologies in a box, we mailed it to the students' doors, and then the students and their parents would log on to access our ITology live virtual instructor 3 mornings a week, and they were able to complete the activities, they were able to do hands-on, collaborate, and really have fun learning when they needed it the most this past summer when they had to stay in the whole time. Our innovation, the Tech in a Box, it's always been our philosophy at ITology that the first step is teaching kids how to use and operate technology, but that's just the surface. Our mission is to teach kids how to build the technology, how to build the Zooms of tomorrow, and how to build the solutions. So with our Tech in a Box, that's what we are creating. Students take different parts, different technology pieces, and solve problems. They use critical thinking, and they solve problems to set them up for problems in the future that they probably don't even know are problems yet. But we're grooming that 21st century mind with our Tech in a Box. And we believe that our innovation being presented at the InnoVision Awards plants the seed for even more innovation with our students, and hopefully that enthusiasm for innovation will spread across the state.
VR Mondi.
Our group is called VR Mondi, and VR, virtual reality. Mondi is an Italian word for the world, so VR worlds. And it's basically VR simulated environments that mimic international locations of historical or cultural importance, where students and their peers and instructors can inhabit and do some instruction within. So it looks like, if you can imagine, the Acropolis in Athens, right? Or the center of Cordoba, Argentina, the Plaza San Martin. We build that out and then create educational content and buildings so that when students and instructors inhabit those spaces and interact, they can actually be getting cultural content, see things, be able to talk about them, learn from artificial intelligence in those spaces and things like that. The issue of access is strong, right? Right now we're pursuing it because no one can travel, but the issue of access looms big as well, because in higher ed, we have a lot of students that come to the universities wanting to do study abroad, but they eventually can't. Between 5 to 10%, really, on average, of students are able to have a study abroad experience. That leaves 90%, 80 to 90% that don't. So where are they getting their international experiences? And building out these 3D virtual environments, these virtual reality environments, is one way that they can have that intercultural interaction with their peers in those spaces, learn, get cultural content from those, and so it opens that space up for them to get those competencies and prepare for the workforce and have authentic experiences to just the majority of those students that can't, for different reasons, monetarily or for health reasons or whatever, can't travel.
And the winner of the 2020 Education Award is VR Mondi. Accepting on the behalf of VR Mondi is Kyle David Anderson.
Thank you so much. Thank you to InnoVision, the sponsors, and for Clemson University. And we saw Delphine Dean was awarded. It was her COVID challenge that got this project on its feet. We have a couple of different teams we're working with, and I'd just like to thank them both. The local one here in South Carolina, our students, my colleagues Nate Newsom and Maggie Guerra Ayala. And we also have an Argentinian team we're working with, and Ale, Ana, and a number of students in Argentina who have helped us build out our prototype of Plaza San Martin in Cordoba, Argentina. And we look forward to increasing the number of our virtual reality environments across the world we're looking at France next. So thank you very much, InnoVision. Thank you for sponsoring and for encouraging us all to innovate. Thank you.
Good luck in France. Congratulations again. Dr. Chris Prezimble, the 2004 Towns Individual Achievement Award honoree, will present our next award, the Community Service Award. Dr. Prezimble was at Clemson University for 29 years, serving in many roles, including Vice President for Research and Economic Development. During his time as VP, Clemson more than doubled its annual research funding, creating 16 endowed chairs, and launched 4 innovative campuses, including the Clemson University International Center for Automotive Research, the CU-ICAR, many of us know that, the Biomedical and Bioengineering Translational Research Facility in collaboration with the Greenville Hospital System. In 2009, he received the South Carolina Order of the Palmetto, the state's highest civilian honor. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Prezimble.
I'm happy to introduce the Community Service finalists. InnoVision's Community Service Award recognizes an organization for technological innovation that improves the quality of life in South Carolina communities. The innovation may involve products, services, or processes that serve South Carolinians. The finalists for the 2020 Community Service Award are No 2 Neighborhood Ambassadors, Start Me Spartanburg, Union County Library System. Congratulations to these finalists for their important contributions to their communities. Now we will see a video about each of the finalists.
The 2020 InnoVision Award nominees for the category Community Service. Union County Library System.
The Union County Library System in recent years has focused on expanding our footprint into the entire county of Union beyond the city, which is where I'm currently located. And one way that we've done this is by expanding broadband internet throughout the county.
Before expanding broadband, we had 38% of the county that did not have internet access and 1 in 4 residents who don't have computers in the home. By expanding broadband, we're able to provide quality internet access that is safe for children in order to successfully complete homework throughout the county. Broadband internet is an essential service that is even more important with COVID-19 and its lasting impacts on our communities. Because of COVID, students are not able to attend school in traditional manners, people are not able to work in traditional settings, and internet is crucial to being able to be successful as a student or be successful as an employee or an entrepreneur.
So to date, the Union County Library System has brought broadband to 3 municipalities throughout the county, the towns of Carlisle, Lockhart, and Jonesville. And in one of the municipalities, there actually was no existing infrastructure for broadband internet. So this required extensive construction, but fortunately this construction was done at little cost to the community, which we're very proud of. And in the town of Jonesville, we have created the Virtual Learning Center, which is a partnership between the town of Jonesville and the library. This is a space where students who are participating in virtual learning can come in every afternoon, 4 days a week, and access our free high-speed internet. So our internet speed is 100 megabytes per second throughout the county in these locations.
No 2.
My name is Carol McFadden. My organization is No 2 Neighborhood Ambassadors. We are a group of African American volunteers who go out to provide services to our community and to support our education. Our first 3 major goals was, first, we found out that a lot of people did not have jobs. A lot of our African American boys especially was not doing well in school, and a lot of our girls were pregnant. So we came together and formed an organization because most people were doing something, but as a group, we empowered each other to make a difference in our community. We have been together since 2012. We work with the school system and with the colleges in our community. Our first job was to go out and see how many of our adults we could get into a GED or to the college services. Because once we realized that if we can change the mindset of adults, we can help the young people become better citizens. We did that, and we've had a good success with that. We had one lady who come out of Housing Authority, a mother who had 3 children. She went to Spartanburg Community College. She graduated with a 4.0, and now she's on the job of her choice. We have another lady who her husband, and daughter got their GED together. The mother is going on to Spartanburg Community College. She has a 4.0 and has written a book that's on Amazon right now. And she is pursuing a job, and she's tutoring right now at Bernard Courts because she says she wants to give back to her community. She's our neighborhood ambassador, and she's doing well. From her, she's brought 3 other young ladies, young mothers, to Spartanburg Community College. They are now students, and 3 more waiting to go next semester. This is our concern. If we can't get into the community, go into our housing authority and our trailer park, get young people and give them a second chance, then we are not helping our community. We're not helping the economy. We are not doing what we need to do to be successful.
Start Me Spartanburg.
Start Me Spartanburg is volunteer-based. It is a 14-week program. So the Northside Development Group took a different approach on their strategic plan. They went to the people first to hear what their wants were for this community. And the people said that they wanted an opportunity to establish businesses. That's right, businesses. And they wanted to have a way to go into an institution and learn how to establish a business. And so we took the model out of Atlanta, Start Me, and adopted it here and made it fit for the North Side. So as of today, we have graduated at over 70 entrepreneurs who have started their own micro business.
And so most of our entrepreneurs come in and they haven't registered a business yet. They don't know anything about the legal aspects, the financial aspects. They may think they know who their customer is, and sometimes they don't. And so we have really developed and designed this program to meet them where they are and be able to help them overcome those hurdles. Myself, Lakeisha, Kayla on our team, as well as all of our mentors and supporters, we become a family in this program, and I think that family aspect really helps the program overcome challenges as well as the individual entrepreneurs themselves.
Some of the challenges have been, of course, technology and having access to technology. We support a lot of people that live in what was considered a disenfranchised community. We have some pockets of concentrated poverty, and so most people don't have access to Wi-Fi and internet service. The way we overcome some of those challenges, we've partnered with School District 7, Dr. Russell Booker, and they have given us, well, have loaned us laptop computers to help those families who didn't have access to those amenities. And so we were able to pivot and give families the opportunity to use technology to continue with their business plans and business ideas.
As Lakeisha said, we have somewhere around 70 graduates of the program. And of those, about 88% are still in business. We're still working on their businesses. That's a really high percentage for entrepreneurs and new small businesses to be committed, especially in these times that we're in. So we're really proud of that. We have worked with about 99% minority businesses and upwards of 70% female-owned businesses. So we're very proud of that as well. And then one of the things we really love to do after the program is to help our entrepreneurs as they're opening their brick and mortar locations. So to date, we have hosted, I believe it's 7 ribbon cutting ceremonies for our entrepreneurs and really help them celebrate those wins when they're opening their businesses. And we like to tell people that it's a 14-week program, but the reality is the 14 weeks is just the beginning.
And the 2020 InnoVision Award in the Community Service Department goes to Union County Library System. I think we have Rita Drinkwine who's going to be joining us to accept this award. Rita.
Hi there. We are so incredibly honored to receive this recognition. What a great group of other finalists, and to be included with them is such an honor as well. This has been such a truly collaborative effort, and we want to thank our wonderful team, board members, municipalities, all of the partners that have come together with us to help serve our community. We plan to continue to expand broadband access to be able to provide even more support in Union County, and we hope our efforts will help other counties in South Carolina be able to do the same. Thank you again.
Thank you, Rita. Congratulations again to the Union County Library System. I can't tell you guys this enough that putting on a great event like this, even if it's virtual, it takes amazing sponsors to make it happen. So before we go further, I want to announce some of our sponsors that have made this possible. The South Carolina Research Authority was the headline sponsor for the Meet the Finalists webcast series. Thanks to them. VELUX was a sponsor of the Meet the Finalists series as well. Tetramer Technologies and the Upstate South Carolina Alliance sponsored 2 of our Pandemic Pivot Forum webcasts this summer. Thanks to them. A.T. Locke and Burr, Foreman, and McNair were also patron sponsors. On behalf of the entire InnoVision community, I want to thank all of these sponsors for their support once again. And another shout out to Contech, the headline sponsor of this event for this year. We are getting close to our final award here, and it is a big one too. Going to Furman University, we heard the Charles Towns name a lot, and that's because he's such a forefront and on the forerunner of innovation in this state. It is time for that final award, the Charles Towns Individual Achievement Award. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Tom Strange, who will tell us about the Towns Award and the 2020 recipient. Dr. Strange is himself a Towns Award honoree in 2009, I do believe. He is characterized by many as an inspiring Renaissance man. He's an inventor, a successful entrepreneur, an artist, and a technologist. Dr. Strange is a founding member of the South Carolina Launch and SCBIO. He's also a founder of the Segal Music Museum, where he is now the artistic director and chief curator. Dr. Strange, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Jamarcus. Dr. Charles Towns, the namesake of this award, is the Upstate's most distinguished native and one of the greatest scientists of the 20th century. A 1935 graduate of Furman University, Dr. Towns won the Nobel Prize in Physics for his invention of both the laser and the maser. He also received the Templeton Prize, which honors individuals whose exemplary achievements helped harness the power of the sciences to explore the deepest questions of the universe and our place and purpose within it. Dr. Towns was a very distinguished and accomplished man indeed. The award that bears his name honors an individual who has exhibited a sustained commitment to the advancement of technology and the community through her technology-oriented and innovative contributions. Such contributions may be business, civic, and/or educational in nature, and must benefit the state of South Carolina. Dr. Shalaby is considered one of the forefathers of the bioresorbable polymer industry, with over 130 patents granted and 250 publications, including 9 books. Dr. Shalaby earned his undergraduate degrees in chemistry, botany, and pharmacy in his native Egypt at Ain Shams and Cairo universities. Dr. Shalaby then completed his graduate degrees at the University of Massachusetts at Lowell, earning an MS in textiles, a PhD in chemistry, and a second PhD in polymer science. After a postdoctoral assignment, he became a senior research chemist at Allied Signal in their polymer research group. Dr. Shalaby later joined Ethicon Johnson & Johnson to start an exploratory group on polymers for biomedical applications. Dr. Shalaby's focus was on the new absorbable and radiation sterilizable polymers. He also headed the Polymer Technology Center there. In 1990, his love for research and education brought him to Clemson University in South Carolina. He founded PolyMed Incorporated 3 years later as a means to continue unfettered research and to teach and sponsor students' education. Dr. Shalaby passed away in 2010, but his vision and mission continue today through the dedicated work of PolyMed employees. Let's watch a video of some of his colleagues, friends, and family describing his many contributions.
In 1990, Dr. Shalaby W. Shalaby came to the upstate to become a bioengineering professor at Clemson University, a post he was offered because of his pioneering work in the field of antibiotic delivery systems, bioadhesives, and bioabsorbable polymers. He was a prolific writer of successful federal grants which provided research experience and financial support to scores of Clemson graduate students. In addition to his over 140 patents, Dr. Shalaby had over 350 publications, including 9 books. Since 1994, he was appointed an adjunct or visiting professor at leading research universities, including Clemson, Rutgers, and the University of Connecticut. Dr. Charles Towns did not come from wealth, but from his roots at Greenville High and Furman University, went on to become a Nobel Prize winner in physics. In the same spirit as Charles Towns, Dr. Shalaby came to America with only a few dollars in his pocket, but with a great intellect, which he used throughout his life to conceive, develop, and introduce significant innovations that have improved the health and well-being of thousands, if not millions of people.
And from his time at Johnson & Johnson to Clemson to the work at PolyMed, he left behind a trail of innovation wherever he went. But having the smarts is not the only thing. Dr. Shalaby had true wisdom. He was not a man of many words, but when he spoke at our meetings, the room went silent, and they listened to every word that he had to say. Because behind those words, you know that there was so much experience, so much expertise, and really so much wisdom. He often turned a discussion into new and more productive directions than where we started. Finally, Dr. Shalaby was a kind and very gracious man. I can still see him with that broad smile and his trademark yellow sweater. And as I approached him down a hall, that hand would come up and he would say, "It's so great to see you." That was a man that probably had 10 patent applications waiting on his desk and a company to run. But when he sat down with you, you thought that you were the only person in his mind at that point. And the truth is, you were. He was always encouraging. He was always supportive. He was always positive.
To my knowledge, Dr. Shalaby had no medical background, but immediately he began asking some very, very sophisticated questions about the device and how it would work, and began offering alternatives. And this was just, this is just after a few minutes of talking it through. And so I knew immediately this is a brilliant man, and always showed up to the board meetings with he always had a smile on his face. He didn't talk a whole lot, but when he did, the whole board would be riveted by what he did. And he had a way of gently guiding the company and the board to go in the direction that we needed to go. And so I think he was a mentor to me, a mentor to the company, and it was a great loss when Dr. Shalaby passed.
Few more people like me who got good training from Dr. Shalaby. And even though he passed away 10 years ago, I still remember him as like yesterday. And I have so many fond memories working with him. It was so much fun working with him. He's an unbelievable person. Very kind. He deserves more than these awards, really. I know he got a lot of awards. He was well known in American Chemical Society. He did a lot of educational programs for the American Chemical Society people and students. Yeah.
And Dr. Shalaby was our expert on polymers and stuff that goes in the body, which he is a visionary on that. Back in the early 90s, he was putting gauze, drug delivery systems, etc. in the body. So he was amazingly before his time. So if it was better to ask him than to try to Google it in those days, because he knew everything about it. The other incredible thing about it is he was just a walking encyclopedia. When he would open his mouth, he would command respect, and no one would talk because they were just in awe at what all his knowledge was. And on top of that, he had an infectious smile that everybody loved. What a great guy, and I'm so sorry we lost him so early.
He's very humorous. You know, if you talk to him, he doesn't look like, oh, he's such a smart guy, doesn't want to bother with anybody. He comes every day morning to the department. He comes and says, "Hey, Chief, how are you doing?" He says that. And he talks to people and make them feel good. And because he comes and talk to you so nicely with you, and you feel like giving everything you got to work for the company, work for Dr. Shalaby. He doesn't make you to work. I think you want to work because of his kindness and friendship.
He never asked me to, I want you to do this. His way of doing things was, if it was me, I would do it this way. What a difference. Was remarkable in terms of the people that he knew. It was never, I want you to meet this kid who works for me. It was always, I'd like you to meet a colleague of mine. Oh my goodness, can you imagine how that made you feel? He used to say things like, when he wanted me to do something other than technical, he says, I'd like you to do something for your country. and that was, very motivating.
You've got to have the heart, what I call the heart and soul of the company. And that's what Dr. Shalaby was for us. The things that his attributes, we're talking about honesty, we're talking about integrity, we're talking about character, we're talking about he was going to make sure that he was the moral compass of the company. And I'm just so pleased that y'all have decided to give him this award because there's nobody more deserving.
Accepting this award is Dave Shalaby, son of Dr. Shalaby and president of PolyMed. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Offer some comments on this award. It's really cool to hear about your father from folks that knew him best and knew his work.
Well, I can tell you, myself and the entire family that's online right now couldn't appreciate this more. He touched a lot of lives, and we would like to thank everybody who said the nicest things about him. As his son, it's funny. Dennis mentioned that he made him feel like he was doing something for his country. We were all told what we were going to be doing when we were younger, so we saw a different side of Dr. Shalaby. But he was, being here in his office. Obviously, this isn't his office, but sitting in his office on a daily basis, I get a chance to see every day what my dad did and who he impacted. He impacted hundreds of people who say things like, my career wouldn't be where it wasn't for your father. I wouldn't have made the decisions in my life if it wasn't for your father. Some pretty heavy shoes to fill, but we always just knew him as Dad. I'm kind of teary-eyed here listening to all of the comments that are being made, and I think it's amazing that 10 years has already passed by, and we're still carrying on his legacy here at PolyMed. I'm very proud of the organization he put together. We started here 10 years ago when I took over, and there are 25 really sharp kids doing good research and good discipline. And I'm proud to say that we're still here at 155 employees now, and continuing to keep taking his legacy forward and developing innovative things from the technologies that he developed for us. We have thousands of things that we haven't even begun to scratch the surface on, based on the work that he's done. And to echo some of the things that some of the other speakers had said, he taught us things like discipline, really hard work. This guy worked 7 days a week. He worked all day, went home, watched the news, got dinner, and then worked a few more hours every day to learn the details of whatever problem he was trying to solve, so he would work harder than anybody else. He taught mentorship. I can't tell you how many folks here, even at Polymed, have been here for 22 years, felt as though my father was a mentor, and personally, he was a mentor to me. And a strong regard and value for higher education and what people can do or capable of doing. He was a very good teacher to lots of people, and wrote lots of articles, journal articles, book articles. He wrote his own books. So I can't even scratch the surface on how proud we are of my father. I feel like getting very teary-eyed when I'm talking about it. So I want to thank everybody at InnoVision, specifically, Steve Johnson for recommending him from SCRA, Dr. Cull, really nice to hear your words, Dennis Jemilkowski, Dr. Biswata. You guys are so wonderful to hear, and it always just warms my heart to hear things about my father. And I'm sure my family is on right now, probably weeping as well. But I want to thank you very much for the award. Actually, I have it here in my fancy office. You can see the award. So I want to thank you all very much for recognizing my dad. I'm sure if he was here today, he'd probably say, "Don't bother, not necessary." But we certainly enjoy being recognized for what he's done. So thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for you and your entire family for being here with us. Again, what a legacy to leave. Dave, thank you so much for joining us for the InnoVision Awards. And thank you guys all so much for joining us. Again, thank you for allowing me to do it. This virtual scenario is a learning curve for all of us, but we have a great team behind the scenes here that made this happen. And speaking of the team that put this on, I got to bring back the chair of the board, Amy Robichaux, to close us out. Thanks, Amy, for letting me do this.
Thank you, Jamarcus. This event is always very energizing for me, and I imagine it has been for you. Innovation is thriving in South Carolina. Thank you again, Jamarcus. We knew you'd be the perfect MC for this live stream event. Many thanks also to Green Pajamas team for the videography and event production. And additional thank yous to all the finalists. You've inspired many with your innovations. To the InnoVision sponsors who enable us to celebrate these great innovators in South Carolina innovation, a big thank you. Special thanks also for our innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem partners who help us highlight innovators and innovation across the state. And most sincere gratitude to our board of directors and advisory board members who have gone above and beyond in 2020 to highlight and showcase impressive innovations, not only through our pandemic pivot webcast series, but also our showcase of finalists in the Meet the Finalists webcast series, as well as this award celebration this afternoon. And congratulations once again to our winners. We look forward to 2021, and we wish everyone a restful and safe holiday season. Good evening.